The two most important days of your life is the day you're born and the day you figure out why. This is a video dedicated to helping you find your purpose. Hi, my name is Jay Tarnavant, and I kind of create videos on the subject, so here we go. When someone asks me, why should I find my purpose? I usually answer with this quote. If you don't find your purpose, you'll be hired to build someone else's. This quote is a little harsh, but it is not far from the truth. Your purpose is the sole reason for your living, and you should spend your life trying to find it. This quote kind of symbolizes that in a shorter, firm way, because when people find their purpose, it's usually bigger than themselves and it involves more people to create the vision that most people have. So that's why often the quote says you'll be hired to build somebody else's. So that's kind of why it symbolizes that. The question is, how do you even find your purpose? Well, let's start. The self-discovery phase. One of the best starting points in finding your purpose is looking backwards to your past and asking these questions. The first question is, what is the most meaningful and fulfilling moments in your past? The reason this is important, because the moments that you feel most fulfilled, there may be something back there that sparked an idea, an interest, a feeling that could lead you to finding your purpose. That's why this question is important. Remember, what is the most meaningful and fulfilling moments in your past? The second question I would ask is, what struggles shaped you and what did you do to overcome them? Oftentimes you can learn a lot about yourself when you're going through something. How you react to conflict says a lot about you. That could either be a good or bad thing. This is the question to figure out what that means to you. And the third question, this is the most fun one. What activities made you feel alive? What did you do as a kid that no one told you to do, but you found so much fun with it? Maybe if it was riding your bike with Lisa and Allie on Wednesdays after school, or if it was going to the roller rink. What would you do when you were younger that made you feel most alive, that deeply connected with you, and it didn't feel like tedious doing it? The reason self-discovery is so important, I use a lot of quotes, but here's a good one. It's hard to know where you're going if you don't know where you've been. What you went through in the past and every problem that you overcome shaped you into the person you are today. Now it's your job to go back and reflect on what those problems were and what you do to overcome them, because you can learn a lot about yourself, which could connect you to your purpose. Because the more you learn yourself, the more it is easier for your purpose to reveal itself. This is phase 2, connection to phase 1, strengths and passions. Let's dive right into it. What are your strengths? What are you naturally better at than anyone else around you? What is something that you have the slightest edge in any way that you're just naturally good at? What is your strengths? Are you a better communicator than everyone else? Are you better at problem solving? Are you better at listening? What is your natural edge? That's your biggest strength. Oftentimes, looking into your strengths can already tell you what your purpose is because you're so good at it already. Another good way to find your strengths is ask the people that know you best. Here's a challenge. Ask 3 of your friends in a simple message. Hey, what do you think my strengths are? What am I really good at? Oftentimes, the people around us realize a lot of things about ourselves that sometimes we cannot see because we're living in that moment. So a good way to learn about what your strengths are, you can ask your mom, your dad, your sister, your best friend. They know you better than you know you sometimes. So it's good to ask them. The reason finding your strengths is so important, it's a stepping stone to your purpose. If you're already naturally good at something, that's kind of a directional arrow that this can lead to something bigger than you, which is your purpose. This is step 3, the last step, core values. Think of core values as the legs to a 3-legged stool. Let's use me, for example. One of my core values, or one of my legs to my stool, is I'm very resilient, very consistent, and I'm always putting in hard work. These values define me as a person. So here's a question to help you find yours. If you had to describe yourself using 3 words, what would they be? I'll give you a second to think. Okay, here's another exercise when finding core values. Open up a blank sheet of paper, set a timer for 35 seconds. You could do 30, but I like the number 35. It's one of my favorite numbers. And just jot down every word that you think could describe yourself. And usually focus on the first 5 because those are ones that you appeal to the most or connected with you the most because you said it first, or the ones that were on top of mind. Now, finding your purpose can take ages. It can take a lifetime to really figure out what you're good at. But nothing gets done if nothing gets started. So the best thing for you to do, no matter what age you are, I'm guessing you're young because you're watching this video, look inward to figure out what you want your life to be on the outside. You can figure out what your purpose is, but the first thing you need to do is take the first step in the right direction, understanding what your purpose could be. We talked about some of the exercises that I use to kind of find my purpose, which is motivating people, inspiring people to be better. That's why I'm making this video now. That is my purpose that I'm deeply connected with. And here's some of the exercises or steps that you could use to find your purpose to get started. Now I have a challenge for you. I challenge you to really ask yourself, what am I meant to become? Who am I and what am I meant to be? That's my challenge to you. Comment down below what you think that may be, and I often respond to every single one of my comments. Again, my name is Jay. If this is your first time watching the video, my name is Jay Avant. I like to make motivational content, empowering videos to kind of help people discover their best selves. So make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next video. Peace and love, everybody, and keep your head up.